What's up, everybody? This is King Dylan, and you're listening to episode 141. Is it the Funky Moose podcast? Yes, it is.
The Sit Down podcast.
The Sit Down podcast with the Funky Moose fellows.
The Sit Down podcast is brought to you by Funky Moose Records. We sell new and used vinyl records, inner and outer sleeves, cleaning supplies, turntables, speakers, but we also support some of the artists that we've had on this show by helping them sell their merchandise. So check out funkymooserecords.ca, head over to the merch section, and pick a t-shirt or two. If you use the discount code SITDOWN10, you'll get 10% off your entire order. That is funkymooserecords.ca and SITDOWN10 for 10% off.
I was watching your music videos today, dude, and I was pleasantly impressed with the work that you've put into
How
them.
can you be
How many videos did you watch?
Two.
Two?
Unpleasantly.
He freaking does them all, man.
I know, but how are you pleasantly unimpressed?
Or unpleasantly impressed.
Unpleasantly impressed? Yeah, that's how it would be.
Man.
No, dude, I was like, just freaking all smiles watching your videos, man. I don't want to say they were silly, because they weren't silly at all, but there was like that they were comical. There was like you were intending to be funny in some of those, and I was like, dude, I like this freaking guy.
Yeah, I definitely have I think I have a funny bone. I was actually thinking about this on my drive to work this morning, that like I think 99% of my jokes don't land, but like when the 1% does, I'm like in heaven.
Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah.
But no, yeah, I definitely take things seriously, and like even when I do take things seriously, I can't help but be like, man, the world is so satirical that, you know, why not just throw a little joke in there or something? I don't know. Yeah.
Freaking right.
It's hard
just
not.
like
It's hard not.
and forgive me, I don't remember the names of the videos, but there's the one of you on the skateboard with like and just doing like your little parkours and stuff. I was like, dude, this guy's fucking hilarious. Man, I loved
you
it.
got that.
I loved it. And
That
man,
one's called All I've Got, and
Yeah.
I that's exactly the point behind it. It was just doing like stupid parkour stuff.
and then like jumping and strumming the skateboard, and it was just like, oh my god, this guy's hilarious. Frick, I totally got it, man. I loved it. I freaking loved it, as well as the one you did, the canvas art. Holy shit, man! That is you did all that yourself, like start to finish.
Yeah, man.
Oh
Yeah,
my god! Can you please tell us about that video?
So like I've always painted here and there, and I kind of grew up doing like art in school and stuff. I went to U of C and did some art classes and stuff like that, but I'd never kind of combined it with music. And I had this idea, and I probably had that idea for, I don't know, years, and I was like, this isn't possible. I don't know how I would ever do this. And then after doing like stop motion stuff over the years, like I did a Lego stop motion video, and then I did some other stuff in front of a green screen, and I think just after doing all these other things, I was like, oh, I think I know how I can pull off a painting animation, I guess. And that was, I don't know. It took some planning, but about maybe a month or two of planning and like 3 years of telling myself I can't do it. I don't know. Yeah.
Right. Oh my god. I think it came out perfect, man. I was like in awe. It's more in awe when I found out that you did everything. Like, you know, typically people will go and they'll hire a production company or whatever, so they'll hire somebody to do it, right? But the fact that you did it all yourself, blows my freaking mind. Like, I want to know so much about you. It's crazy.
So just to roll back to how we got to where we are now.
Yeah, let's do that.
You reached out to us.
Yeah.
Initially about releasing vinyl, right? You have vinyl,
Yes.
and you want us to sell it for you, whatever.
Well, initially what caught my eye was the fact that you guys were talking to King of Foxes, who
Yep.
I know through an artist program that we were a part of back in 2018. And both of us in that program have released vinyl records. Like, they put out a vinyl, and for some reason, it's like, oh, we have some sort of a similar artist connection because we've both released music on vinyl, which isn't like super common for indie
Artists.
independent indie artists, because it costs a lot. And I don't know, I follow what they do more closely than I do other people, and I was like, oh, this Funky Moose place looks interesting. And so I like looked up your page. I'm like, oh, they sell records too. And so I obviously I reached out and was like, hey, I don't know, I like to look for opportunities to sell my records, or like have at least someone listen to the record. So that's why I reached out, and I was like, these guys seem pretty chill. So
Yeah.
yeah.
And then
I especially like those chairs you guys are sitting on. They remind me of I used to have a very similar pattern on a sofa, like when I first moved to Calgary. That sofa's long gone now, but I'm looking at those chairs. I'm like, those look
Bringing
very
back
familiar.
memories.
Yeah,
and I
these
bet
were-
you that
these-
sofa was comfy as shit, I bet.
And
'cause
these were
chairs
custom made
are-
for us by an artist in.
Ooh.
No, I'm
Yeah, he's
kidding.
full of shit.
No, no.
Yeah.
I picked these up at a secondhand. No,
It was
somebody
like
had.
a yard sale or something,
Yeah,
wasn't
Kijiji or whatever. Somebody had chairs for sale.
it? Yeah, when we
They're
first
my
got
sofa-
these, we were talking about getting them reupholstered, and I was thinking, oh, we could do like the podcast logo, right? So like my face on, or my half on one chair, his half on the other, but
I shot
was-
that down.
Yeah. Mark's like very
And
closed-minded.
no. The reason for it is that your ass is on it during the episode, so
Yeah.
you can't see the couch.
I don't give a shit. It's my chair, man. It's for
Right,
me.
you
It's
do,
not
man.
for anybody
Man.
else.
I'm
You
just
guys
offended.
would swap chairs, and then you'd be sitting on each other's face.
That's right.
I'm kind of offended
No,
that
don't
you
do
don't
that.
like the pattern.
that I don't like this pattern.
Yeah.
I just think we could modernize it. Yeah. Put the
Well,
freaking moose logo on them.
Sure.
Anyways,
if you had done that, then I would have never.
you
talked
wouldn't.
about it.
Exactly.
That's right. That's
now
true.
Now we had conversation piece.
Hell yeah. So okay, I want to ask you a little bit about stop motion animation.
No,
How
yeah,
did you get in? What?
We're not done with King of Foxes yet.
Okay, shout out to Olivia. We love you, Olivia.
Yes.
Yeah, she's dope.
Yeah,
It was
they
funny
both are.
thing. Funny thing, when we were doing the artist program, it was like a month long, and I think maybe like 3 weeks into it, we decided to go out as a group, and we all went karaokeing. And Olivia was pretty, I wouldn't say reserved, but a little more reserved than some of the people in the class. And when she got up on stage to do karaoke, she was just like
In her happy
going
place.
wild, and yeah, exactly. And we were like, whoa, Olivia, because I don't think we had seen anyone else in the group perform live before, but we had a showcase at the end of the program. But we went out to karaoke, and a couple of us sang, and she was just going wild on karaoke, and it was very like a sign of things to come of what she's capable of. It was really cool to watch. But
Do you
yeah,
remember-
that's a funny.
Do you remember the song she sang?
No,
Okay.
Do you
don't.
remember what you sang?
I do. I sang Frank Sinatra, New York, New York,
Oh.
Oh, interesting.
and I also sang Aha, Take on Me.
Oh, that's the opposite of
Yeah.
in range. I mean,
Yeah, because I guess Frank is a bit more like a more deeper tone, right?
yeah.
And Aha is all Ding! I don't want to do that right now.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Yeah. Okay, now you can ask.
Okay, yeah.
How did you? No.
All right. No,
How did you meet? How did you come across them, or have you known them for a while, or?
I'll try and keep a very long story short, but I actually ran into Brendan, her husband, over a decade ago. He's from like Prince Albert originally, so we knew some of the same people, and I got to meet him a long time ago. I think he was just graduated high school or something when I first met him. Anyways, fast forward like 10 plus years, and we end up starting this show, and I'm trying to think of like artists and musicians that I can reach out to, and he was one of them. And I was like, I don't know if you remember me, but we met at this such and such a place, like, and this is what we did. And he completely remembered exactly who I was, and then we just kind of rekindled from there. We had Electric Religious on, and then from there we ended up getting King of Foxes on, like his wife Olivia.
Right.
And then
Right.
we stay in touch with them, and
They came to play a gig in Saskatoon, and we hung out with them after.
we went to go check out that show, and it just that's kind of all that is really, just from like a long bumping into him like years and years ago, and it's like, hey, do you remember me? That's kind of all that was.
Shout out to those guys.
Yeah,
So
they're amazing.
Right now you're in Calgary, and you just said that when you moved to Calgary. So where did you move from?
I used to live in. I guess I kind of gradually moved south. So I used to live in St. Albert. That's where I went to like grade school, which is just outside of Edmonton. And before that, I lived in a place called Wabasca, which is about 4 hours north of Edmonton. Like an hour and a half north of Slave Lake, if you know where that is.
Right.
Or a bit west of Fort McMurray, if that makes any better reference.
Yeah, no, that helps.
So yeah,
Slave
lived
Lake
up
and
north.
Slave Lake and Fort Mac are now famous for the fires, right?
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
I was born in Slave Lake because there was no hospital in Wabasca where I grew up.
Oh,
interesting.
Yeah. So yeah, I moved to Calgary in 2000 to go to U of C. Yeah.
Right on.
to do what?
Yeah,
you
what were
guys-
you taking there?
Well,
Stop
I actually
motion?
moved. No,
What?
I
Stop
moved
motion.
to be. I moved to go train at the Olympic Oval as a speed skater.
I actually knew that because I read your thing on your website. Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah. And I was going to UFC at the same time, but since they had like the better training program at the Oval than anything that would have been in Edmonton, then that's why I moved. And my brother had already moved down here to do the same thing, so we just lived together, and made it easier to move to have my brother already here. So
No doubt.
So how far did you get in the
Yeah.
Olympics?
I was on Team Alberta.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
And so like I went to Canada Winter Games in like 2003, but I never made the Canadian team or the Olympics or anything. But I was up there. I was skating against like all the guys who went to the Olympics shortly after, like Apollo Ono from the US. I've skated against him, and Charles Hamlin, the Canadian guy who just retired from skating. I used to skate against them. They would beat me, of course,
Yeah.
but
Well,
like
that's
we were in the same races, so
Yeah.
it counts.
Yeah.
It counts, I think.
100%, man.
Speed
That's
skating-
freaking awesome.
Yeah.
Speed skating is a big thing in my country.
Is it?
Yep.
Interesting.
Are you Dutch?
Ta-da!
Yeah.
Yep.
He is.
I am.
Well, there you go. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, it's huge over there.
And yet you can't skate worth shit.
What?
I don't know. I just
He's-
picture you as, because you're so tall and lanky. I just picture
Have you
as-
seen the Dutch speed skaters? How tall and lanky
Yeah,
they
but
are
are you a Dutch speed skater?
I'm a Dutch skater.
I
mean, speed is not like he'd probably beat me, but
I feel like I could beat you on skates.
Wow.
don't put me on hockey skates
Got
though,
it.
because those suck.
Oh,
rivalry.
that's why you can't skate.
Probably.
So, okay, I'll go speed skates, you go hockey skates,
All right.
and I'll probably still beat you.
I don't think so.
Ooh.
Anyways.
Is this on like a hockey rink size rink or on a long track?
Give me a long
Hockey-sized
track.
rink.
No,
but I
no,
guess
no.
if we're
Long
speed
track.
skating,
Long track.
it's got to be on
If-
long track, right?
The Dutch are masters of the long track. Not to say they're not good at short track, but like they just absolutely annihilate on long track.
Okay.
It's a fact.
It's, yeah.
Yeah. Anyway.
Anyways. But yeah, no, that's freaking rad. So what do you still skate at all, or is it like you're completely done with that?
Yeah, the skates are hung up for sure.
Right.
I stopped probably in like the mid to late 2000s. I was getting more into music and just finishing school, and had a few frustrating skating moments that I don't really want to talk about.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
But yeah, I had enough mentally, and my brain was definitely more invested in music. So was my time. Like I would stay up way too late for me to go to practice at 7 a.m. It's like I would still go to practice. I was just too tired.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
But yeah, it was a good time while it happened, and I'm still like friends with a lot of the people in that world, to some extent. But yeah, I don't know. I don't think my dedication was there to be an Olympic athlete.
Right. Dude, that should be your next music video.
Yeah.
Is you should lace
Speed
up those
skating.
skates again and fucking skate around in there. And do a thing about like going into the Olympics, and dude, you could totally do that.
Did you see? So I did a video called "When the Stars Burn Out," and it's like just like panning through different characters with a starry background. And one of the characters is me dressed up in my full skin suit, and I have like 11 random medals on, and with like my skates on as well. And it's just that's the only thing that I've associated with speed skating with my music.
With the
but
music.
you might have something for an entire video.
I think you
on
got to bring that
skates or
character
something?
back, yeah. For sure, because the guy with the skateboard has a cameo in another video.
Yeah, it's true.
I noticed that.
I do like to tie it all in together sometimes, especially
Dude,
with
I
that
was
guy
like,
who's-
I freaking loved. I could sit there all day and watch your videos, man. They were like, I was truly entertained by them. I had a good day today as a result of you. So thank you very, very much for that.
No, thank you for watching them. I appreciate that, because sometimes like you get into that little artist hole of like, yeah, I put so much effort in, but no one's watching my videos.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
yes, I appreciate you telling me that. That's great. Say, like, are you guys musicians as well? Is that why like you're so
Totally.
into music? Yeah.
Totally not. No.
Not at all.
What's
in
that in
least
the
bit.
background? Is that I see a guitar in the background there behind Mark?
This one here.
Yeah.
That's
Is it a prop?
right now. Yeah. But there is an actual tuned guitar in there. I just don't know how to play
There's
it.
another one. There's a bass guitar.
There's a bass behind
me
Joel
here,
there.
too. Yeah, no. A few episodes back, we kind of challenged each other to a bass duel. Neither one of us knows how to play, so the whole idea is figure out how to play a song on bass, and then we'll have a little match, and then we can vote on who did better.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, but we don't play.
No.
Yes.
Sorry, did you actually do a song then, or is this to come?
It's to
It's
come.
coming.
It's to come. The songs have been chosen, but that's about as far as it's gone so far. Yeah. What song did you pick again?
Another one bites the dust.
Oh yeah,
Because I thought that was an easy choice.
and I picked.
And now I'm regretting it.
I picked "Good Life" from a band called High Kicks,
Yeah.
which is like ridiculously difficult to
High
learn.
Kicks. Is that the dudes guy?
Yes.
High
Yep.
Kicks?
They're from
Danny
Calgary.
Bacon?
Yep,
Yep.
that's the
Yeah.
guy. Shout out to
Yeah.
Danny.
Yeah.
You know what?
I was actually just I've met him a couple times, not to say that I could ever just be like, "Hey Danny, what's up?"
Yeah. Yeah.
But like I was actually just at a record collector show on the weekend, and I pulled up the dude's record, and I was like, "Oh, I didn't know this was even on vinyl." And I almost bought it, and then I looked at the price, and I was like, "I don't want to buy this right now." But sometimes, like, when I've been spending too much on records, I make weird. I'm like, this is too much, even though I'll go and spend an absurd amount on something that's, I don't know. I just bought. Have you guys seen like the Zack Snyder Justice League 7 LP soundtrack released by Junkie XL?
No,
Because he did all the music for it.
Yeah.
And it's the 7 LP set, and it's like this big package done by Mondo, and I bought it. And I never had so much like back and forth in the checkout with like, no, I shouldn't buy it.
Can I ask how much?
And then I'll like
was it?
remove it. I don't know if I want to shame myself like that.
Oh, do it,
I can
man!
look it
Shame
up.
yourself.
Okay. Yeah, you could look it up. It was 200 American plus shipping plus the exchange rate. So
Like $500.
No, not quite.
like closer to 3.
Yeah. Well, probably a
Yeah.
little more than that.
Yeah, but you get
Yeah,
7
it
records.
Was, it
then.
was a little more. Yeah.
Did you
but
know
it's
that
still one?
Did you know that Junkie XL is also Dutch? Just saying.
I didn't know.
You don't know Junkie XL.
No, I don't know Dutch
Oh.
either,
I don't know Dutch.
so it's fine.
Okay. Anyway.
That's funny. That's cool though. But like I recently got it in the mail and I was super stoked about it. But yeah, like I said, I think for about a month or two I was like, go to checkout. Nah. Then I'll go buy something else. Like I'll go buy 10 more records for $30 and then I'll be like, I just spent the same amount.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
And I got 3 records more.
Yeah.
But
For
then,
sure.
and so when you got it in the mail and you unboxed it, is it like, shit, I shouldn't have done this?
No.
Okay,
No,
good.
I don't regret it at all.
Okay, good.
Where is it?
I looked at current. What do you mean? The
Like,
record itself?
Yeah, like right now, where is it?
It's sitting with my records upstairs. I'm currently in my studio where I like shoot videos and stuff like that. You can see my little umbrella light.
Oh, hell yeah,
which,
dude.
if I turned it on, it would just blow out the whole video. But
Frickin'
yeah, I'm
A.
currently shooting another video right now that's been taking a while, but I can't show you anymore.
No, I love that you're doing all of that yourself, man. Like, how did you... Is it just kind of... Like, walk me through this a little bit. Is it you just like, oh, I could probably figure out how to do that, and then you just figure out how to do it and do it? Or did you go to school for, like, all this kind of stuff?
Yeah, it's all just kind of YouTube tutorials and me deciding whether or not I think I can do something.
Interesting.
And then I'll get like halfway through it and I'll be like, this was a terrible idea. But I have to see it through now because I've already spent like 2 months on it or whatever. So
Yeah.
I'm like, I have to see it through and I'll figure it out somehow, even if it's not what I originally planned. But yeah, it's... I usually get about a month in and I'm like, what am I doing?
Right, right.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
So it's all YouTube tutorials is my saving grace.
Do you... What... can I ask, like, what program do you use to, like, edit the videos? Or do you have multiples?
Yeah, so I use the Adobe Creative Suite, so I use After Effects and Premiere Pro, and then like Audition for editing the audio and music and stuff, and obviously Photoshop if I need to do stuff. Yeah, those 3 or 4 are the core programs I use.
Right
And just
on.
like a basic DSLR setup camera with, you know, Amazon lights that I paid very little for.
Yep.
Hell yeah.
the way to
Very resourceful is my like key word, because even like I used to not have a tripod, which was like, as soon as I bought a tripod, I'm like, what was I thinking not having one? So I had like just a table with like books stacked like an idiot. And yeah, eventually I make the purchase and I'm like, why didn't I just spend the money?
Spend
Or,
the
like,
$20 for a
Yeah.
fucking tripod, right?
Yeah.
Why did I buy
Or
these
like-
records instead?
Yeah, exactly. Like I was just using lamps for lighting before. Like, oh, I can use just this house lamp and then this other house lamp and then like 30 more house lamps.
Yeah.
I'm like, why? What am I doing? I'm just making my life harder. So
That's
gradually
like
I started
us
buying
right here.
more
We've
That's
got
us.
a
There's
house lamp up there, a house
one
lamp
up
over
there.
here. We've got one in the back over
There's
there.
a fluorescent light
Yeah.
bar behind my computer, and the
Excellent.
pod lights in the ceiling.
So we
Yeah.
get it, man. We get it. You just work with what you got,
Yeah.
right? I get it.
Yeah, in the moment, and then you're like, I guess I should invest in
Right.
something just to get this one job done, and then you use it for everything else. Like my green screen, I was like debating on buying that as well, but once I got it, like my world of videos just completely opened up. It was great.
No doubt. Have you ever done videos for other artists, or you only work on your own stuff?
Occasionally, like I mostly do my own stuff, but the one I'm doing right now is actually for a metal band out of Edmonton, called All Else Fails. Yes, they've gone through a few names. Sorry, I had to think about it for a sec. All Else Fails, and I went to like junior high and high school with this guy. And he's like, hey, I also shoot videos. If you do one for me, I'll do one for you. And he does pretty good videos as well, too. So I'm like, that sounds like a good trade. So
yeah.
usually I kind of just stick to my own songs for my creative ideas, but I figured it'd be good to step out of that like kind of like boxed off circle. Boxed off circle? That's...
Boxed off
that
circle.
that geometry doesn't work.
Dude, there's a lyric. There's a lyric.
Yeah.
A boxed off circle.
Yeah.
No, it's fucking brilliant, man. I'm very amazed and intrigued by you. And I do want to know about stop motion animation. Like, that's so bloody tedious, is it not?
100%. And like even in the areas where you don't think it's going to be, like your camera, like I bought the tripod, but once you start taking a scene, like nothing can move. Your lights can't flicker. Like your everything has to be taped down, so nothing even the slightest movement is gonna look like shaky when you're doing stop motion. And it's these little things that you learn as you go along. You're like, how do I fix this? Oh, I have to like turn down the light. So, because lights are always like
They have a frequency.
flickering, right?
Yeah.
Yes, that's the word.
What was the word?
Man,
Frequency.
Frequency.
Yeah, lights have a frequency. So if your camera shutter speed is too fast, every single shot you take will either be lighter or darker. So you have to turn down the shutter speed so like your shutter is open longer, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yep.
Yep.
So there's lots of little things like that that you'd never really think about till you start doing stop motion. Because most people are like, oh, you take a picture, you move something, take a picture. But like there's so many other little things that just kind of like cause you headaches.
Yeah. And you can't have the
Yeah.
camera on autofocus.
Yeah, yeah, that's another thing. Because once it autofocuses on something else, it looks so...
Yeah.
It looks like it's pulsing.
Right.
The camera itself, like the image itself.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a little super weird. So have you done some before?
No,
Not
never.
stop, Mark?
but-
Not stop motion, but I mean, I used to sell cameras. So it's
Okay.
not like I'm a photographer, but I know the ins and outs kind of thing.
Right.
Yeah.
What are you guys running for your camera right now, if you don't mind me asking?
Samsung S22.
Okay.
Yeah.
I assume
we
it's
just-
a pretty good camera.
We just use our phones.
It's a phone.
Oh,
Yeah. And then there's one on
I was like, I've never heard of that camera.
That's because it's a
Just-
phone.
it's a phone.
Oh man, sometimes I'm just a slow guy.
There is, what's that camera on top of the monitor there, though? What's that one?
That's my Logitech webcam. That's
Right. Yeah, we always use our cell phones because the quality's like reasonable.
I'm using a webcam actually. I debated using my phone, but then I wouldn't be able to hook up the microphone, and I don't know. I just thought the microphone would be better.
Yeah.
Yep, for sure.
Yeah.
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 Frickin' A.
So what do you guys do outside of podcasting?
Podcasting. You go first.
More podcasting.
That's right. We watch podcasts. No, just kidding.
Yeah, that's our life. No,
Do you have a favorite podcast?
YMH, Your Mom's House, is my ultimate number one.
Who's the host of that? I've never heard of it.
Tom Segura and Christina Pajitsky.
Oh, okay, I know of Tom Segura.
Yeah, I've been an avid watcher of that since 2017, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I haven't missed an episode. I catch all the live ones. I got a freaking basement
These are all
full
video
of merch.
ones.
Yeah.
Video
I just watch them on.
podcasts? Yeah.
I watch them on YouTube. Yeah, and then the live ones it's behind a paywall, so you have to you pay for it, and then you can watch it live. And they've done like five or six of the YMH ones. They've done a couple Two Bears One Cave ones, but yeah, I do I'm all over the map with podcasts. It's all comedy ones, so I watch King and the Sting, Congratulations, YMH, Rogan, Two Bears One Cave, Whiskey Ginger, Tiger Belly. There's 7 that I can think of off the top of my head, but there's others in there for sure.
This was me
Where my
going
mom's
first,
Yeah.
according to Joel.
Yeah. Fuck, no doubt, hey. So sorry. Yes, shout out to YMH. Yeah, keeping them jeans high and tight. Anyways, go ahead.
No, I run Funky Moose full time. So the online record store is taking up a lot of the time, but then I also do digital marketing, web design, SEO, the digital stuff.
So all your sales are online?
Yep. There's also Funky Moose Radio, online radio station.
Yeah.
That's relatively new though.
Yeah. So if you want to have your music on Funky Moose Radio,
yeah,
send it over.
Will do.
Yeah.
100%. Is there a guideline for, I don't want to say explicit, but
No.
It's
and no commercials, no
it's
ads.
NSFW.
Just straight music, dude.
Dope.
Have you heard about our new radio station? It's called Funky Moose Radio, where we play alternative and indie rock, sprinkle in some blues and Americana. We feature the music from our guests on this podcast at least once per hour. These songs can be in any genre. We're working on getting the station on every mobile app available, but the easiest way to listen is at funkymooseradio.ca. You should also become a VIP because we'll be giving away some prizes. Again, check it out at funkymooseradio.ca. So tell me a little bit about that last video you did about gray hairs and all that.
Yeah. So that project, which is why I was asking about explicit, is because it's like my rap group and we get a bit brash sometimes. But we did this song back in 2014 called "Lots of Women," which was a super joke, kind of playing off the rappers kind of player.
Yeah.
Rappers were all like, "Yeah, I got bitches and hoes and all that." So we wrote this song with a Frank Sinatra type chorus, I have lots of women all around me, and it's a joke, but at the same time we're this is pretty funny and it's catchy. And then years later, we're well, some of us are dads now, we don't have lots of women around us, and we have gray hairs coming in, and achy bones. We're let's do a part 2 and parody our own song in a way. So
nice.
We did this video of us being dads in the backyard and just having dogs and taking kids to daycare. And we tried our best to because we all live in different cities, so we just had to get a video shot in a day basically. So that was what we came up with, just kind of drinking in the backyard. And it was literally just a bunch of dudes 40-year-old dudes rapping in the backyard,
Oh, man.
which is great.
Was it your backyard?
No, the guy who raps first, his backyard, his kid was there too, and we that was the. I don't actually have a backyard. I live in a condo still,
Oh.
so I don't. I didn't have anywhere to shoot it, but they had a perfect sized backyard with all the kids' toys and stuff. It was. We hired my buddy Braden Rio, who's a great videographer, to shoot it, and like I edited it and kind of directed it, I guess you could say. But he's the camera master, so he was good to have on board. And we actually had a bit too much to drink that day, so we had to take a brief break. Just because we don't hang out with each other super often, and we're like, hey, we're just having a good time, but also trying to shoot a music video. And like it got to the point where some guys were like, I don't remember my lyrics, and we're like, this isn't good. We're trying to shoot a music video. But it's like when one person is doing their scene and they're like, they take 15 to 20 minutes, then everyone else is just kind of hanging back, and like
drinking.
when there's yeah, exactly, when there's drinks involved, you're like, well, I'm drunk now, and it's 30 degrees outside.
Nice.
So,
Hell yeah.
At least you had a
it was
good time.
Yeah, it was. I can laugh about it now, but there was moments during that shoot where we were like, "What the fuck are you doing?"
I
They're
bet
your
that's
own
all
lyrics.
on. That's all the deleted scenes there too. I bet all caught on camera.
No, actually, I don't think we got any of that on camera. I don't think because the camera guy is a pretty professional guy. I don't think he was there for that.
Right. Right.
He was like, yeah, I'm gonna stay out of whatever this is.
Yeah. So he was sober.
Yeah, I think for the most part he was. I think he had one drink for the whole shoot. But yeah, he moved to Ireland. He's a great videographer. He actually did help me out with a couple of my other videos, like as a camera guy. But he's great. Braden Reel. Yeah.
Right on. Shout out.
Everybody in
Shout
Ireland.
out to Braden Reel.
Does he do?
Yeah.
Does he do that there now?
I believe so, because like video work was his full-time work. So
Okay.
pretty sure that he's doing more of that.
So anyone
don't-
listening in Ireland, hire him.
Yeah, look him up.
That's right.
So I want to know about live shows as well. Like this last summer, was it good for you? Did you get to like hit the stage and get to perform live at all, or?
I made a decision not to, actually. The last show that I played was the album release for the group, which was October 1st. And then before that, the only show I had played since before the pandemic was April 8th at the Gateway here in Calgary. And that was like because the Gateway is a decent venue here in Calgary, and it was being shut down for renovations, but like for years, right? So it's basically being shut down, and they were having like a going away party, and they asked me to play amongst other like Calgary artists. So I was like, yeah, I'm into it. But aside from that, I don't know. I was focusing more on releasing, like doing all those videos and like all this behind the scenes stuff that I just didn't. I don't know. It was all very uncertain in some case, because we're like, are these shows going to get shut down? Like, is everything getting shut down again? Why am I bothering to book more shows and put all this effort into promoting if it's just going to get
Canceled,
postponed or canceled or something?
Yeah.
Right.
Speaking of canceled, I was very choked about the Rage Against the Machine tour
Were you?
that got canceled. Yeah, because like we've been waiting for 3 years because they were supposed to play in not 3 years. Yeah, almost. It would have been 3 years because they were supposed to play in 2020,
Right.
and then that got postponed again.
We were
and
supposed to
then
go there,
finally-
right?
Yeah, we had tickets, didn't we?
For
Or
Rage?
something like that. Yeah, I think so.
And it finally is canceled. It was supposed to be in 2023, and I was like, man, what a bummer.
Yeah. And that's because he broke his leg or something, or his ankle, right?
Yeah, I think he ripped like 90% of his Achilles tendon.
Yeah, that's what it was. And like the
Gross,
first or
but
second
I
show
get
out.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're
we're
getting
not-
old too.
Well, I was just going to say that. We're
Yeah.
not like fucking 20, 30-year-olds anymore, right?
Yeah.
Especially you.
Fuck off. But yeah,
Can I ask how old you guys are?
I'm 27.
He's been like that for a few years now.
For
Yeah.
for a couple of years.
For a couple decades.
It's his birthday next week.
Ooh.
This week,
Or do you want
I
to keep
guess.
that a secret?
Technically, this week.
Do you want to keep that a
You
secret?
you
'Cause
don't
I can
have
cut
to
it
tell
out.
the year.
No, it's fine. No, my birthday is
Well,
November
happy birthday.
5th. Yeah. November 5th, and we're going to party.
And he's gonna turn 40.
Yeah. My 40th birthday party. You too? November.
November 16th.
Hell yeah, brother!
Oh.
Scorpio.
Turning 40. Turning 40 as
Dude.
well.
82 is a killer year, man. I love it.
So my buddy who we shot the video, his birthday is also November 5th, and he's turning 40 as well. So
Hell
shout out
yeah.
to Smix of the
Smith.
GC show.
Hey, what? I gotta look something up here.
You should come to Saskatoon and party with us.
No. I got something for you
Oh.
in your area. Hang on one second. It is November 5th. I just don't know if it's Calgary or Edmonton. I'll tell you off air.
All right.
Off
I'm
camera,
ready.
I'll let you know.
I
But there
probably
is
can't go.
some shows out there. Do you go to like any concerts? Are you a concert goer at all, or?
I do. I do try to go to as much as I can without realizing that I'm gonna fall asleep at midnight. So no, I used to go to a lot, and this summer I tried to start going back to more. I went to a couple local guys. I went to go see Tech9, the rapper. I went to go see a few local shows. That's, I think, maybe about 4 or 5 this summer. Nothing
Nice.
crazy. Like, I don't go every night or every Wednesday or every Friday or something. But when I see a show that I'm interested in, I'll definitely go check it out.
Right.
I'm not a stay at home. Oh, I'll go next time.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've heard too many of those over the years where I'm like, I don't want to be that guy. It's like, yeah, I'll catch you on the next show. Like, what if there is no next show?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There,
I don't know.
this show right now. Like, let's do this
Yeah,
one.
that's the next one.
Yeah.
However, I will say, like, sometimes I'll be like playing a bunch of shows, and then the one that the people decide to come to is like a charity show in a parking lot. Like, I'll have all these like really cool shows at nice venues with like opening for bigger people, and then the one that this person who's been meaning to come out to a show will come to the charity show in the parking lot with like 5 people, and they'll be like, I saw you live, and I'm like, no you didn't.
Yeah.
Like,
You
I
saw me in the
appreciate you
parking
coming.
lot.
You saw me play this charity show for about 10 people,
Yeah.
but I appreciate it.
Yeah. No doubt.
Yeah.
That's hilarious. What this is going to be a loaded, tough question to answer. I already know it. But out of all the
Ready.
videos that you have created, which one would you say you had the most fun with?
Ooh, fun. That is a loaded question.
Because
Um,
I don't have fun when I do videos.
Yeah.
well, I told you I get really mad like a month into it, and I'm like,
Yeah.
I would say a combination of fun and like the proudest I've been was for a video I did called Warriors. And it's where I'm dressed up as a superhero fighting dinosaurs in space. And there's like in the middle of the video, there's like a Lego stop motion bit, but the like first and third parts of the video, I'm dressed up like a superhero, and that's why I bought the green screen, was for that video. And I'm like fighting and flying through space, and I did like more stop motion stuff with dinosaurs, and I think that one was a lot of fun. And I actually realized how uncoordinated I am because I was like trying to do these like flying leg kicks and punches, and I like at one point I like lost my balance and I fell into my green screen and like knocked the whole thing over. So it was a good time.
Right on. So when you're doing all this, like, are you completely by yourself? When do you have other people there with you?
No, I'm mostly by myself. I had one scene where I needed someone to hold the leaf blower, so it looked like my cape was flapping. So in that Warriors video, there was one setting, I guess, where I had someone else there, and they were kind of laughing at my uncoordinated abilities as well, which is fine. I don't care. It's a lot of fun. So most of the time I'm by myself, yeah.
Do you mind if we grab that video and put that in this episode right here?
Yeah, do we have clearance to play a couple of your videos in this episode?
Yeah, 100%.
Cool.
Frickin' right. Well, let's drop that Warriors in here right now, you guys. Enjoy.
No chill, I'm happy in love with myself. Bad habit to rust for cheap thrills. I'm grabbing my cup for refills, and you know the deal, I've had a rough year. I'm shedding enough blood and tears. Now I'm hanging out, slamming down mugs of beer. It's all love here, raise them up, cheers. So fuck fear, I ain't afraid to lose. Remember all the times I had to sing the blues. Time to make some moves and go break the rules. I'm feeling confident and putting on my favorite shoes. Oh, cause I'm a shoe-in to win. It's stupid, the earth has gone cuckoo, my friend. So you do what you do, don't ruin my plans. We fought for our lives, we'll do it again. Oh, I know that I'll be alright. We've all been broken. We're warriors, we'll fight through the night. There's no more waiting. Every day the universe tries to end me, rend me against my intensified entropy. I'm senseless, forever restless. I'm wrecking the mess till the second I'm breathless. Not a second before until I exit the door. I'm offensive to deathless, a menace to stretch an abyss. Yes, my friends ain't lend a hand to this. Hell yes, I spend my day vexing Anubis. We all amount to much less than the constant damage. A life for repair, but we got to manage. Got the 1,000-yard stare till I'm off this planet. Till death stop lost like a goddamn savage. Sheer force of will, stand ground. All my blood is coursing still on all the warriors. Feeling like you pulled your fill, you make it through this shit, huh? Of course you will, yeah. Oh, I know that I'll be alright. We've all been broken. We're warriors, we'll fight through the night. There's no more waiting. I've been up since yesterday. I wanna scream out, but I hesitate. Talk about all the blood I've swept away until I got nothing left to say. And I'm feeling kinda so-so, vicariously living through our photos. I stay hopeful, dealing with the low blows. No time to be tripping on you bozos. We came so close, hitting all the goalposts, picking up the smoke shows, women wearing no clothes. Wild things like Don't Loke, rap moguls turning to grown folks. But I got some fight left in me, going 10 rounds on my right, left swinging. Got them all saying, yeah, you might just win it. I'ma die tomorrow, so tonight let's get it. Oh, I know that I'll be alright. We've all been broken. We're warriors, we'll fight through the night. There's no more waiting. Oh, I know that I'll be alright. We've all been broken. We're warriors, we'll fight through the night. There's no more waiting.
Check them out on www.kingdylan.com. I'm about to check them out. That's cool, man.
The hip hop aspect of it, like, why did you go with hip hop and not like any other type of genre? Is there any specific reason, or that was just like what you enjoy?
Yeah, exactly. I grew up in the 90s listening to all kinds of like gangster rap. sorry, gangster rap and stuff. And when I say gangster rap, I don't mean don't use that lightly. Like, I don't just think Ice Cube or whatever, but like all this underground stuff that I listen to now, and I'm like, this is terrible. But anyway, no, I really do. I did enjoy it, and that's probably why I just kind of gravitated towards hip hop, because I love it, and like I'm very invested with like hearing new artists and stuff like that, and like skill level and like battle rapping. I don't battle rap, but like I appreciate the skill and stuff in all of that. But like I had friends who did rock music who's also influenced, so it's kind of I kind of cross that fence sometimes.
Right.
So, but like if I don't know. I'm a very suburban kid who just enjoys rap music, and I don't know how else to put it.
No, that's that's perfect. Now, when you're
Yeah.
when you're writing these songs or creating them, do you? I presume it's always different, but do you have a system where like you put down lyrics first and then you try and put a beat towards it, or are you focused on the music side of it first and then you add the lyrics after?
Yeah, for me, the beat definitely comes first. I might have like a concept of like, oh, I want to write a song about this, but I never write any actual kind of like lyrical structure or anything. It's always the music defines like the rhythm for me.
Yeah.
And the melody, obviously. But like I need the rhythm first to kind of follow, and whatever I'm playing with, like I'll have 10 beats I make for every song, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's just a rough guesstimate ratio, but it's
Right.
around there. And I know there's some guys who are like, "Oh, I always write lyrics first. That just seems normal to me." And I'm like, maybe it's people who are more lyricists and I'm more of a producer kind of thing. I don't
Right.
know.
Could
But
be.
whatever's comfortable.
Yeah, no doubt.
One of the guys in my group actually, he writes lyrics first, and he'll be like, "Hey, can you make a beat like this so I can rap to it?" And he'll just share him rapping something a cappella into his phone, and he'll share it to our group chat or whatever. And then he'll be like, "I was kind of listening to a beat that sounds like this. So Dylan, can you make one?" And I was like, "Okay, I'll try." And then I'll like send him a few, and then he'll be like, "This one works the best for those lyrics." But that's a foreign concept to me. I could never do that.
Right.
Shout out to Buttons.
I like that.
What are the other rap dudes' names?
Okay, hold on. I have a comic book I made.
Oh,
So I made a comic book with to have songs to go with our album.
And you
But-
drew all that?
Yeah.
holy
So
shit.
this is me. This is MC Mossberg. This is GQ. This is Buttons, and that's Smix.
My gosh.
Awesome. So the
Weird.
DC
So-
show stands for what? D for Dylan?
The Doomsday Cartel.
Oh,
The Doomsday Cartel. We formed in 1999 in high school, and we were like, do you remember the Y2K like apocalypse scare?
Yep.
Yeah.
People are all like, the world's gonna like crumble because all the computer system will shut down because of Y2K. So Doomsday, because of Y2K, we were like all about that life.
Right. Right.
So we're the Doomsday Cartel, formed in pre Y2K, and then that kind of like fizzled out. So we're just like, well, let's just go by the DC show. But you know,
love
it's still the Doomsday Cartel.
nice.
My God, man. So how, like, you've got so many freaking talents. I'm just like, I'm shocked, man. I'm shocked at how talented you are. You truly are. Where'd you learn how to draw like that?
Art class, but like, I mean, I did take art class, but like most of, I don't know, practice. I've had a couple art friends over the years that I've always looked up to, and I'm like, how do I draw like that? And I guess it's just kind of like trying
Evolves into it. Yeah.
evolves into me trying to do what other people can do to some extent, right? Because there's always a better artist out there, and I'm just trying to live up to what other people can do. I don't know. I just like doing stuff myself because I don't like paying other people to do it.
Right.
You know?
Right.
Yeah.
I
No,
kind
man,
of brought this up earlier with being resourceful and like cheap with my equipment. I'm like, I don't want to pay for stuff because I'm cheap, or
Yeah.
maybe I'm not cheap. I'm just kind of frugal.
Yeah. No, dude, that's I freaking commend and applaud you for that. Like, dude, you're amazing. You're an amazing artist, man.
Oh,
And
stop!
I'm truly
Yeah,
a fan.
keep going. Keep going.
Truly, yeah, stop and keep going.
Oh, jeez. Jeez. Oh, stop. Oh, and what else? I didn't catch
Yeah.
that. Oh.
Oh, yeah. Well, you want to repeat that? Yep.
I got to record this real quick.
Yeah. Hell
No,
yeah,
that's-
dude. No,
I
congrats on
appreciate
you,
that.
man. That's I think there's a lot of people out there that are lacking what you have. Like
So-
that drive and ambition to just figure it out yourself and do it. You know, everybody wants to be spoon-fed or frickin' everything handed to them on a silver platter. Like, just go fucking do it, man. Like, figure it out and do it. And so, like, I commend you for being that kind of person. Good on you.
Thanks, man. Thank you. On the topic of silver platters, I was just recently reading about Drake getting to open for Ice Cube for his first show and getting $100. Like, and he was like, "Oh, I only got paid $100. Everyone starts somewhere." And I'm like, not everyone starts by opening for Ice Cube and
Yeah.
getting paid $100. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I play a charity show for 5 people. You
Yeah.
know?
For free.
For free.
Yeah. Anyway, sorry. That's the thought that popped in my head. Don't worry about it.
Earlier in the chat, you said when you drove to work. So this is not your day job. Is your day job as creative as what you are now? Because I talked to someone else last week or the week before that is very creative, but his day job is very
Dull?
uncreative.
Right.
I would have to fit in that same boat, I would say. I work
Yeah.
for a Ford dealership. I sell parts for
All
Ford.
right.
Yeah. And so that's the least creative job there is because it's a very process oriented and like just not mathematical, but like specific
Systematic.
That's the word
Yeah.
I'm looking for. Systematic job. And maybe that's a good thing. Maybe it's like a nice kind of balance, but some days I'm like, "Oh, I wish I could just think about this video idea that I have, but I have to wait till lunch break because otherwise
Right.
my brain is just not I can't focus on creative things when I'm trying to systematically do stuff, right?"
Sorry for the interruption, you guys. I just wanted to tell you guys about Muse Canada. They're a new arts and entertainment media connection and support network. Skip the algorithms of social media and connect with other entertainment professionals across Canada. Sign up today for $5 a month or use the promo code FunkyMoose2021 for 10% off. That is FUNKYMOOSE2021 for 10% off. Back to the show.
Do you guys like, because I'm assuming you're an avid vinyl collector, do you have like top-notch turntable as well?
I have a custom turntable.
Then
Not-
yes.
Not super fancy.
Yeah.
That was
But it's
funny.
custom, you said.
Yeah. Because that's a. I'll try to keep a long story short. There was somebody. How did it go? Somebody tried phoning, and I was too late to answer the phone. But then I also checked the abandoned checkouts in my store, and I matched the phone number with that checkout. And no, it wasn't the voicemail. I actually answered, and he had some questions about a product. I was like, okay, yeah, whatever. This is not in stock right now, blah, blah. And then I check out that abandoned checkout that he had, and I see his email address, and I was like, uturnaudio.com? Wait a minute. And then I saw his first name, and it was like, that can't be. So I look it up, and it's like, damn, this was the CEO of U-Turn that I just have on the phone. It's like, that's odd. So I send him an email. I say, when I had you on the phone, you could have told me that you make turntables. So we started this whole conversation about, what I have as a turntable and blah, blah.
Right.
And I was like, can I become a dealer here in Canada for U-Turn? And he was like, well, it's anyway, a whole bunch of wholesale talk back and forth. And turns out it wasn't interesting to become a dealer in Canada just because of the margins, whatever. And then we started talking about my turntable, and I was like, I was kind of looking for an upgrade. He was like, well, I can make you a deal. I was like, hell yeah, you can. So
Yeah.
we talked about what I wanted. He gave me a deal, and I got a sweet turntable for not too much.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I like that story. I'm
Nice.
currently getting my dad's old Hitachi, I think it's like 1970 something turntable, getting it fixed because the right channel started to go. And I'm not an electrician, so I don't know if it's just the cord or if it's something on the like the motherboard chip thing. I don't know enough about electronics, and I don't want to invest my time in it.
That's funny coming from a guy who's like got a green screen and shoots all his own videos and stop motion and
That's
I don't know
Draw
much
the
about
line somewhere.
I don't know
That's-
much about electronics.
Okay, that's the same reasoning as me doing digital marketing, building websites, and then somebody showing up. Here's my laptop. Can you fix it, please?
That's right. Yeah. That's
I
different.
cannot. Well,
And I'm always
100%
that guy who's like, Mark, can you fix my computer
Yeah.
for me? It's always me.
Yeah. No, yeah, there's definitely a line because I do videos, people are like, oh, you must do like websites and stuff. I'm like, I've never designed a website in my life, and I don't care. I don't know if that's the right word. I'm not interested.
I see that you tape your headphones too.
Tape.
Duct tape.
Some duct tape.
Yeah, so it like split down the center there, and that's like the comfy pad part.
Yeah.
And I was like, I actually really like these headphones. They're Sennheiser,
Oh yeah.
and they fit nicely on my ears too. So I was like, I don't want to swap them yet. I have like 4 other sets of headphones, like some for my record player and some for when someone else is in the vocal booth, which you can't see right now, but whatever.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, but these are my go-to, and I don't want to lose them just yet if they're still working.
Right. But you
Right.
could just buy another pair of the same thing, right? You can have,
No.
Or you could just tape
No.
them up.
or you could just tape them with duct tape.
Yeah, exactly. Remember
love
how
it.
cheap I am?
Yeah, I love it.
I actually had I have a set of JVC, the silver kind that looked like those Bose headphones. They sound fantastic, but they have a really thin band over the head. So
Right.
the foam on there is super thin, and it hurts my head. So I had another pair of, the earmuff type hearing protection things,
Yeah.
and they had some extra padding on top. It's like, I'll just take that from there and put that on my headphones.
Hey,
and,
there you go.
yeah, and I taped it up. It didn't work.
Fucking.
And it didn't.
No. Oh. I thought
then-
that story was going.
Yeah, me
Yeah.
too, dude.
And then
gonna end better.
and then Funky Moose became a Audio Technica dealer, so I could get a good deal on
On
these
headphones.
ATH M50X.
Hey,
headphones.
Audio Technica, I could use
My-
a pair of those.
Well, they gave you
My-
microphones. What are you talking about?
No.
My microphone is also Audio Technica. I don't know if you can see it from there.
Oh yeah.
Hey, yeah.
Yeah.
Shout out Audio Technica. We love you.
Yep.
So is my turntable upstairs. Ooh.
Oh, which one do you have?
Fuck, I don't know.
LP60,
The one that
LP120,
spins?
Yes, that's the one. Yeah, it's
With-
the 60.
60.
I had to adjust the speed on it. I don't know
Oh,
if you've
with
had
the
to do that.
Yeah, with the little screw.
Right on.
Another YouTube tutorial.
Yeah, fuck,
Yeah.
no doubt I do those too, man. There's so much out there.
What did I read sometime? There was like enough content on YouTube to like, if you started watching now and no one else recorded any more videos, there's enough content to last like a billion years or something insane.
I believe it.
Because of how
yeah.
many people post
I believe
10 hours of rain sounds.
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, not only that, but even just like short little reels and how many of those are going out there on
They're
a
called YouTube
daily
Shorts.
basis. Hey?
They're
Yeah.
called YouTube Shorts. Reels are Instagram.
Oh, yeah. Well, you know what I mean, though.
Just
Yeah,
to
we
get it.
gotcha.
Yeah.
Because people will comment and correct you.
Oh, will they?
Probably
Will
not.
they?
Man.
I dare
And
dare anybody out there listening to comment on this YouTube video.
Yeah. Comment on what Joel just fucked up on.
There you
Yeah.
go. We get the
And
odd
then you
comment every now and again.
Correct my vocabulary and, just tear it apart.
Yeah. Do it.
Hell yeah, man. I want to thank you for joining us. This was awesome. I'm glad we got a chance to get to know you a little bit more. I want to stay in touch with you. Where can we direct the people listening or watching to find any of more of your videos and all your stuff?
Well, I'm all over the YouTube under King Dylan. Even the DC show stuff is under my King Dylan channel. And on Instagram, I'm at The Real King Dill. So if you find me, I usually have a link to my group stuff as well. So me is at The Real King Dill on every platform. So like Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. If you type in the address, it's The Real King Dill. All that. TikTok, The Real King Dill. I'm so bad with TikTok, it's not even funny. Like, I forget that I have it, and I'm like, oh, right.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's the best way to find me, or just go to kingdylan.com and kind of go from there. I have all the links there. It's pretty simple if you've been on the internet in the last 20 years.
Hell yeah, dude. Right on. Well, we will also put those links in the description of this
I think
video,
we'll just put
so-
your link tree in the description.
Yes.
There you go. The link
100%.
tree will have everything in there.
Yep.
I like it.
Yeah.
But
Jeez.
yes, dude, I want you to know the door here is always open. When you're finishing up that video that you're working on, dude, I'd love to check it out.
Excellent. Yeah, I'll definitely let you know when it's out. And
Yeah.
yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
Okay, right on. Thank you very much, and just stay on a little longer. And thanks everybody for tuning in this week. Check out the link in the description to King Dylan's link tree.
Your Majesty.
Your Majesty.
Nah. Don't do that. King Dylan is like satirical towards the whole monarchy. But thank you.
Da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-